Okie dokie, guys. Here we are again with another episode of Bible Study with Shahan. And as always, I am Matthew Shahan. And I just want to thank every one of you for following along with my messages, liking it, sharing it, and just participating, engaging with it. All right. I really thank you. It means a lot to me. And I hope each one of you can get what you're supposed to get out of each one of these messages. If you have ears to listen and an open heart to receive, then you will get something out of each one of these messages. Each one of them, if you have an open heart to receive it and ears to listen to it, you will find something that you can get out of it, out of each one of my messages. Some of them have multiple things, but that's up to you to find out, determine, and to pluck them out of there. All right? Well, today our lesson is on free to choose. Free to choose. And that's very important because each one of us in this world, each one of us has the choice to choose whether you want to be better, do better, think better, try to act better, and react better, or you have the choice to not care and not do it. Each one of us was blessed with free will and free choice. All right, each one of us. Well, let's get into the Bible and see what it has to say about free to choose. Okay, let's get into it. And we are reading out of Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 15 through 20. All right. We made a decision to turn our wills and our lives over to the care of God, which is a very important choice. Everyone has a life or death decision to make. Every one of us. We have all been created with the supreme privilege of free will, the ability to choose. Even when we are in bondage to our addictions, we still have choices confronting us. When we are in recovery, we face the nagging lure of falling back into our old habits and addictions. The freedom to choose brings with it the burden of the consequences of our choices. These choices affect our lives personally and affects the lives of our family, our friends, but most importantly, our children. Right? Our choices, the consequences that come with them, affects us personally, affects our family, affects our friends, and affects our children the most. Free will is our blessing and our responsibility. God spoke through Moses, saying, "Listen now. Today I am giving you a choice between life and death, between prosperity and disaster. For I command you this day to love the Lord your God and to keep his commandments, decrees, and regulations by walking in his own ways. If you do this, you will live, and the Lord your God will bless you. But if your heart turns away and you refuse to listen, then I warn you now that you will certainly be destroyed. Today I have given you the choice between life and death, between blessings and curses. Now I call on heaven and earth to witness the choice that you make. Oh, that hopefully you choose wise and choose life. And I hope that for each one of you too, you choose life over your own life and speak life over your own life. so that you and your descendants might live in harmony. You can make this choice by loving the Lord your God, by obeying Him and committing yourself firmly to Him. This is the key to your own lives. And that was again in Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 15 through 20. Although we may feel out of control with respect to our addictions, we can choose to set our hearts in the direction of life. We can choose to love God and begin to follow His program full-heartedly and without concern. Because like I said, if you follow the Lord, if you listen to the Lord, He will direct you on the right paths every time. He will. The Lord is great at what He does, what He's been doing, and what He created. And like I said, He knows that we are imperfect people living in an imperfect world. He knows it. He's not expecting any of us to be perfect. He's not. But He does want us to choose to be better, to choose to think better, to choose to act better, and to choose to react better. That's all He's asking, is us to choose on your own to live for Him, to glorify God, to not be ashamed of it either, to not be ashamed to live for the Lord and to glorify Him no matter where you're at. Well, again, I hope you got something out of that. I really do. I think it's pretty straightforward. Just choose to do better. Choose to think better. Choose to be better. Like I said, none of us are perfect, but we can all have corrections in our lives to be better. Remember that, guys. I love y'all. I thank y'all. Mwah. Have a good day.